Alright, you guys have been thinking a lot about this. I'm thinking this is the good idea big butts episode. Bigger butts. 50% bigger, at least. What do you think?
What if I'm 49.9% bigger?
Not big enough. This is the big butts episode. We need big
I
butts.
don't know, this is kind of controversial. It's basically identity politics. I'm not an ass man. I can't do this.
Okay, well, you know what, Bradley? We need to get Ted down here. We need to get you into anime, because being a tits man and an ass man, really just like sexuality comes with the territory
of anime.
As Ted would say. No?
See,
you're not into that? Okay, let's do a complete, like, it can be a completely platonic big butts experience. No sex involved, just like bigger butts. Think about it. More comfortable seating? Yes. Can sit in bigger chairs. Yes.
Very
One
true.
drawback, can't sit in the small chairs.
Have to buy 2 airplane seats.
You do have to buy 2 airplane seats.
Just for... It's one for each ass cheek.
1 seat for each ass cheek. That would be like a 200% bigger butt, which I can get down with. Now, well, would it even be 200% bigger, or would it need to be more than that? Because you think if the butt gets bigger, it's not just getting 200% wider, it's 200% on the whole.
Hey guys,
here.
the larger this gets, it devolves into inflation porn. I don't really think that's what we need on this episode right
No. This is completely non-sexual big butts.
Big
Platonic.
butts.
Okay?
Just big butts.
Platonic big butts.
Now...
What is the platonic ideal of a big butt?
I think it's pretty much the
Kim
same.
Kardashian?
I think it's just the simple pleasure of the geometry.
All butts are good butts.
Check it out, it's round.
Any
Look
butt...
at that spherical looking butt.
Hey, listen. Any butt's a good butt.
Any butt's a good butt.
Because you know what? Any butt you get to touch is a good butt. So that means every butt's a good butt.
What if it's gross?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true. What if it's like...
Okay, well, doity ass butt, not a good butt. But that's not what I'm talking about. Let's assume you have pants on when you're touching butts. This is a non-sexual butt touch. This is platonic big butts. Okay?
Now
I'm
hear
thinking
me
big
out.
butts episode. We need bigger butts.
Bigger butts.
Bigger butts.
Bigger butts.
Yes. Ground pounds. If we're doing like a ground pound attack on our
Kind of like
enemies.
Wario.
Kind of like Wario. I think
Or
we will be more
Borderlands
effective.
the pre-sequel.
One pro.
Cool.
One pro. I will relate to your mom more. The good idea.
At least my mom has an ass.
Do I not have an ass?
No,
Or
you
are
just
Your
are
mother. Your
one.
mother.
The good
My
idea.
mom's hotter than yours.
Oh yeah, well my dad's an astronaut.
My dad's a dope. Fuck that.
Listen. Your dad's an astronaut. I think you mean an ass man. Listen,
That explains a lot of my childhood trauma, doesn't it?
My
Listen.
parents listen to this.
that's good. Yeah.
No.
No.
Good
listen.
idea, episode 47. Kids content? Good idea, episode 47. Adult content. It's just switched.
What's this is episode 48. What was that
48.
Yo Mama joke I made, Gabe, the other day? What was that? Fuck, man.
Oh, it was stupid. It was definitely stupid. It actually made me laugh as opposed to most Yo Mama jokes.
Let's try to piece it together.
Okay.
What is the basic building blocks?
Everybody
of a
say
Yo
It
Mama?
one
starts with
word.
Yo Mama.
Okay.
Yo.
Mama.
Is
So.
Old.
she
Took.
A.
Werther's
Original.
That's it. That's good idea. It's a brain trust. Your brain can trust. It's a comedy podcast where we find creative, actionable solutions to your real life problems. I'm Aiden Kinsella.
I'm Bradley Berklich.
And I'm Gabriel Rickabaugh.
Gabriel Rickabaugh.
Real.
Gabe recognized real, right? And this is Good Idea. Welcome to the show, Gabe. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you just give us a quick introduction? Who are you? What are you about?
I'm about that clout. I'm a young boy at the young, ripe age of 18, existing in this society with my fellow existers.
Allegedly.
We
Quick
had to take a
T-pose
T-pose
on.
break.
Yeah, it just was
T-pose on.
a little fast.
Hey, you guys want to do a prompt?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Okay.
this episode, I want to run through prompts quicker than we usually do.
Okay,
I just
sure.
want to try that out.
So I was going to propose, what if we had more realistic fast travel systems in video games?
Traffic.
Well, what I was more so thinking, think about a grizzled space soldier just decked out with guns. So you see this super soldier, and when you fast travel, you just see him like get on like the metro train, He sits down on the quiet train, and then you just go from stop to stop, and you get off the metro train, and then you're back into the alien carnage.
Maybe he like has to pick a podcast to listen to.
Yeah. There's like a fun mini
like
game
that.
where he scrolls through his phone, like looking through a podcast.
There's somebody like
maybe
watching
Spotify.
He has
porn on
to-
their phone in front of him.
There's like a couple of quick time events where he has to like not awkwardly hand the ticket to the conductor, and like if you fuck it up, you sort of like drop it on the ground. You're like, oh, dude, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. Or like he tries to pay with exact change but gets it wrong.
That's always awkward when you give them what you thought was a precise amount of money,
Yeah.
but it turns out you were short instead of over,
Yeah.
and then they have to ask you for more money.
You're like, oh man, I had to go back into my wallet again.
It's just like an awkward interaction all
It's
around.
bad.
I think also there's a good part at the very beginning of the fast travel where like he can't get the train door open.
Yes. So he's sort of struggling to open it up, and he like bangs on it a little bit, and the train conductor has to come over and let him in.
Maybe he
Yeah.
like stands on the far side of the platform and the train like goes past him and he has to like
He has to walk.
back towards it.
And that's
I
all
like that
player
a lot.
controlled, of course, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this
It's
is
like
good.
A fishing mini game.
Do you have control over the train once
No.
he's in it?
No, of course not.
No,
That's why if you accidentally take the wrong train,
you're fucked.
Oh, I
you
forgot
have
to
to sit
mention.
there for the entire time.
Yeah,
So this
I
is
forgot
slow
to mention.
travel then.
Yes, it's slow travel,
Medium
but fast
travel.
travel.
Medium
It's
travel.
medium travel. I forgot to mention all of the trains are also on precise schedules, just like real life. So if you miss your train, you're going to be walking across the map as opposed to using the fast travel system.
Is this Borderlands that brought this up? I don't know.
No.
I can't picture a video game in which a spaceman uses a train.
We're
Which
we're
video
developing
game is this
one.
supposed to be?
This is Train Spaceman 2.
Because I kind of want to play sort of like train bureaucracy, where like it's like a guy in space and he's like, oh, I have to go kill aliens. Let me go to the moon base first, and it's like an hour of going through security.
It's like
This is a new,
so
this
you
is a
have
new
the proper
movie.
clearance to take
He's
train
like-
3B.
Taking off his fucking armor
sorry, not a
before the thing, and he's like just putting it in like metal detector, and it's like, Deet! And the guy's like, sir, yeah, it's
Sir,
like, do you have any metal on you? I'm
It
literally
is-
naked. I
It
have
is made of metal. My entire armor is just metal.
I have a metal arm. Does that come off? No.
We're gonna have
It
to
doesn't.
rip it
It's
off
part of
real
my
quick.
tragic backstory.
I'm thinking, okay,
I actually
business
took the
astronaut, space
Business
train.
space train.
It's a video game. There is no action combat whatsoever. The whole
commute.
thing is just the commute. And
And
then
then-
when you get there, you have to do hours of paperwork
Paperwork.
before turning around to go home to your unsatisfactory marriage.
Which
Now,
is
do
to
you
an
have
alien.
kids who are a disappointment to you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
And you know what?
There's like weed.
They're on so much weed.
There's space drugs.
Space
They're on
drugs.
space drugs. Space
Space
weed.
aid.
Space. Fucking-
I'm sorry, what?
That was a funny League of
Space
Legends
AIDS?
joke
I
from like from like 20. That was so funny.
20.
I don't
14.
understand. I don't understand what's funny about that. Space AIDS is an epidemic.
I myself
Space
suffer
AIDS.
from space AIDS.
I'm a Malzahar main.
You guys want to do another one?
Yeah, sure.
Bradley, why don't you pick a prompt?
All right, sure. We've got a couple of these are old. This is from Jason on Facebook, as it is usually, and this is the most environmentally friendly way to dispose of a corpse.
Is it Is it an exquisite corpse?
That would be a short story compiled by multiple authors.
Well, no, it could also be like one of the monsters that you draw in art class in second grade.
Oh, it's not that either. No, let's say it's
Or it could be a Watsky song.
Who's
which is
dead?
Thomas Jefferson?
Sure. We
Okay.
could do Thomas Jefferson's dead. How did he die?
Space AIDS?
Pancreatic cancer.
Gabriel, like yours better. It's very funny.
Okay, so Thomas Jefferson has been escorted out via metal cart.
Okay.
He's sort of draped over the side.
Bring out your dead!
So how do we get rid of him?
Well, I feel like this
Well, it
is
has
the
to be
most
environmentally friendly.
environmentally friendly. Well, what if we let his
Compost
body...
bin.
I was about to say, what if we let his body decompose into mulch for trees?
Okay, that actually is a thing.
Yeah.
It's very good. No one would ever find him, which is good, because he'd be like
He's not
hidden among all
a
the
murder
roots.
victim. He just died in a hospital, didn't he?
Well, we're trying to hide the body.
That's a good point. No, it's
Oh, to dispose. This is sort of like after a mob hit.
Oh, so we
I
killed
gave
him
him-
of pancreatic cancer.
I gave him pancreatic cancer.
Okay.
Pancreatic. Of the
It's like
pancreas.
patriotic.
Yeah. So he's got pancreatic cancer. We could bury him in a tree, I guess under a tree, like with a tree sapling or whatever to fertilize that.
The way they did it in Colombia is they would put razor wire around the body, throw it into the water. The body would sink and bloat after death because of in the water, and then the razor wire would shred it and it would be disposed.
That's something.
That is very smart. Did
Yeah.
you get some like mechanical engineers on how to dispose bodies?
I believe there's a one where you put them inside like a log and you fill it like with honey and then
the bears come eat it.
Well, it's not bears, it's like maggots.
Oh, this
That's
is
more
serious.
gross.
That's fucking disgusting. And the other one's talking about
I might be
contaminating a drinking supply. So this one's really gross then.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
one. We
God.
could do that because then they get food.
It's like dark poo.
We
Like
could
the 100 Acre Woods.
Have
yeah.
you either of you guys seen the movie Superfly?
Is
out in
that's
theaters
with Jeff
recently.
Goldblum, right?
Is that like American
Superfly?
Ultra? Like Super Bad, maybe?
No, no.
with the
It's
broken
about a
base?
drug dealer.
So I was kind
No,
of
that's not
on the
ringing a
nose with
bell.
drugs.
Yeah.
Superfly.
I'm trying to think.
Well-
Isn't there like a cartoon book about like a fly that's also super?
I think that's
Also called
Superfly.
Superfly. Yeah.
Okay, but this one's about drug dealers.
Very cool.
They have an interesting way of disposing of a body in the movie in which they have a machine that sucks all the liquid out of the chamber that they put the person in. And it just deprives all of the liquid and just sucks it out into a bucket.
And you make like a mummy?
Could we
More of a raisin?
get
Oh,
some soylent
fuck.
up in here?
That's like a super sci-fi way of doing it. Superfly looks really neat. I actually have to see that.
It is a very good movie, but regardless, I think then you have the blood for, I don't know, high school proms, and you have a raisin that we can use that would be quicker to mulch, I think.
Okay.
Just eat it. Just eat that bad boy.
Here are some of my thoughts that I'm compiling them over here. So first of all, I think wherever we dispose of the body, we need to make sure it makes use of natural light as much as possible. So all that electric lighting that you put in like a regular coffin isn't
an issue.
like energy wise. I think we keep the coffin.
Solar panels?
Yes. Okay. Solar panels that power the lights on the inside, and then it's connected to a power grid, so it's already underground, so we don't have to like uproot anything else, and that lets us build in spaces where there's already like wires underground, so it opens up a whole bunch of new graveyard spaces. Thoughts of that?
That sounds pretty good.
I think it could have like rain tanks too, so it just collects all the water.
I think my hippie grandmother made this device.
Did
Sounds familiar.
Did either of you guys, when you were kids, did either of your parents buy you the recycled school supplies? So they were made out of like recycled materials.
Oh, yes, at one point.
What if we turn the dead body into like pencils and pencil cups?
That's something. Like it's like a box tops donation drive.
Yeah.
Send in 81 box tops and you get Jimmy Hoffa. Here's Judge Crater. He's a pencil case now.
Can we send those made from 80% recycled Capri Sun boxes, and they're like, and it's like a wallet. And it's like
Yeah.
that. What if you like had like a school? Your school had like a dead body donation drive. They send the bodies off to be turned into like glue
This is
and
my
wallets.
grandmother. She died last week, and we brought her in.
Thank you. Here's a gold star. Thank you for
Do we
your.
get a
thank-
pizza party now?
No
Whoever
kidding.
got the
brings in
most
the most
dead bodies?
relatives gets a pizza party.
There's like one kid who's killing all their family members.
This is my my late mother
I'm
buried
not
in.
dead yet.
Shut up,
Shut up, Mom.
Head rock. Class of 4 all over the linoleum.
Could we have?
Hey, it's linoleum, so it's easier to clean.
So could we?
It's better
I've
than
got a
most.
couple other thoughts
Okay.
for this. when we clean the body, can we make sure to use a wash basin with a few liters of water and not run the bath the whole time?
Ah, yes.
I think that would be good. Make sure to turn that off. I know we're kind of going back and forth between legitimate strategies and whatnot, but I think we do that.
I think we could use a charcoal filter then once that water gets too dirty to
use that water again. Yeah. And make sure not to throw the body out with the bath water.
Exactly.
Is important. Although it wouldn't,
because we can boil the bath water and turn it into drinkable water.
Well, we could also use the body as like a almost, when you make like a broth by boiling bones, or like
hot dog juice.
Could we make like
because I mean, after y'all is done with making hot dogs, I don't know about you, but I have that hot dog soup.
I don't know if this is...
Of course. I mean, throw 3 sheds of ham and a chicken bone, and you got yourself a stew going.
That's good. Speaking of cooking, could we invest in a pressure cooker that cooks meals? It cooks the same meals in like less time. It's cheaper. It just doesn't use as much energy.
For the body.
For the body.
Okay.
And now, flushing toilets wastes a lot of water. Could we
flush
start
the body?
pooping in plastic bags and disposing of that?
What if we keep parts of the body next to the toilet, and every time that we use the toilet, we flush a small piece of the body away, so we're not wasting extra water?
That's good. Can we take our old trash and write "Go Green" on it, and like just sort of stick it in the ground all over the place?
It's not proactive enough.
That's right. We need to go around throwing "Do not litter" flyers everywhere.
Because the point of this is people die all the time. It's unpredictable. It's unsanitary.
Yeah, it is. We need to stop letting people die.
Proactive death.
Oh, so we just
kill them first, then dispose.
So that way we can really control the efficiency of the disposal. That way we waste less energy in the process.
Let's say,
it's like your Mima is close to death. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to pull the plug so we can dispose of her.
10% of Asia per week. maybe, and then we rotate to South America, and then move to North America.
Bradley, here's the problem with
Europe, but just England.
Is that a stagnant? There's one problem with that. I get most of it's good. If we start with 10%, though, is that a 10% that is like an exponent or not exponential? Well, does that 10% follow the new total, or is it the original 10%? It's progressive.
It's a progressive.
So we never really run out of people.
No. There's just less.
But
so
then, then we run out. We finally get down to the point where it's just like
20
Jeremy.
People.
It's like just Jeremy, and we got to take your arm now.
Oh,
I think we round up.
We just
rounding up.
Just take Jeremy
to the.
Round up from 0.1 to the nearest whole number.
Body.
Yeah,
Jeremy. To the nearest whole body.
Hey, Brad, did you just pick that one? I really liked
I did.
that. That was a very good. So we got it. We did that one.
Yeah.
I'm thinking better alarm clocks.
They just
from
hit
Keegan.
You.
That's from Keegan. They just hit you.
They say demoralizing things to you until you get up.
No, that's bad. That's going to make me want to stay in bed.
Can they force you to go to bed? Because I also have that problem.
I too have that issue. I need something...
A sleep timer.
Think about it like maybe a Metal Gear Solid type sleep dart.
Okay,
sort of gun.
That's cool. It comes out into the hallway like a metal body.
Exactly. Puts you out.
Drags you into the bed.
Yes.
Could we do like an Indiana Jones type thing where in order to get out of your bed... sort of just at all, you have to walk through a hall of sleep darts.
Maybe it kills you if you don't get out in time and you just...
I like that. Then
they just drop a boulder on
you.
That's good.
It's 9:45. You have 15 minutes.
You have 15 seconds to survive.
So this alarm clock, you're suggesting so far that it just forces you to sleep rather than waking you up, which I like because the most annoying thing about my alarm clock and when I'm most frustrated with it is actually when it wakes me up.
Yeah.
So my thought is alarm clocks that don't wake you up.
Those are good.
But help put you to sleep.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's
so they don't do their primary function of being an alarm clock.
The primary function changes.
But
if they
put you to bed early, then
you
wake up your natural circadian rhythms.
Early to bed, early to rise. So maybe we get that same solar panel that's hooked up to...
Franklin.
We get that... Yeah, Benjamin Franklin. Good job. We get that same solar panel... It's hooked up to Jeremy's coffin. We link that up to all the alarm clocks, right? And then it says oh, it's getting to be nighttime.
Didn't know how to drive.
And then it says, is that what the?
That's the full phrase.
Oh, got it. What?
Benjamin, early to bed, early to rise. Benjamin Franklin didn't know how to drive.
Got it. Yep.
Okay.
Good content.
Yeah.
thanks.
Okay.
So anyway, it measures where the sun is, and then it says, "Oh, it's about time for you to go to sleep." And then you're like, "But I'm still at work, and my house is 30 minutes away." The alarm clock will come get you. It's like an Uber. Yeah, that way,
but it's
you're
like
never
still
out
the
of the bar
Metal
too
Gear
late.
Solid guy, right? With the sleep
It
darts.
is still
So
the
as
Metal
soon
Gear
as you
Solid
walk
guy.
into your house,
I'm kind of picturing this sort of enormous hulking trash metal figure with like a red alarm clock for his face that will like
it's a golem.
that will like ring like sort of like horror movie style and like smash through your wooden door and come grab you and get the dart and force you into bed.
but then after he grabs you, it's very scary up until that point. But then as soon as he grabs you, he's sort of like a comforting mother.
Yeah.
He sort of like rocks you to sleep.
Small clock face. Is
Yeah.
just
That
very,
contact
Very,
comfort.
very small clock face.
Okay, yeah. So it doesn't wake you up, puts you to sleep. Gabe, do you want to pick one?
Sure.
You can come over here and see the props list.
This one.
Okay, sure. This one is "Do I Need a Chicken?" and it's by Shiloh.
Oh, I was going to do that one next.
Okay.
So our good friend Shiloh, who has guest starred on the show before, needs to know if she needs a chicken.
My immediate answer is yes.
My
I do
immediate-
think,
it's.
yeah.
I have a guttural no, actually.
I got her all no. Okay,
Chickens
so
are gross and nasty, but I feel like it's perfect.
Can I mediate?
Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to mediate. So you're Bradley. You're for no.
I'm a big no.
Big no. Gabe.
Big yes.
Big
Okay.
yes.
In the middle, maybe.
Okay, so I'll take
Maybe.
that position. I'm a maybe. You guys need to convince me for Shiloh why I need a chicken.
You
or
know
if I do.
Shiloh.
I know Shiloh.
Shiloh absolutely does not also need a chicken in her
Why
life.
does Shiloh not need a chicken?
Too much stuff.
Too much stuff?
Too much stuff. Too many activities. Too much.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks in Shiloh's microscopic kitchen.
Okay, so Gabe, arguments for.
Well, think about it. At any time you want, you can have a chicken Caesar salad.
I thought you were going to say it anytime you want, you can have a chicken. That was
It was about to push that yes chicken button, but
I'm like, I can have a chicken? If I have a chicken, I can have a chicken. Is that what you're saying? Or I can have a chicken Caesar salad? Which is it?
It's both, because
It is, so I can have
Until
chicken.
you can't have your chicken and eat it too, Gabe.
well, you can. Well, if we lock it in a box with a vial of poison, we
Chicken
can actually
lockbox,
have
got it.
both. It can both be a chicken Caesar salad
you can
and
eat
a chicken.
an
Standing in
imaginary
a pile of lettuce.
Yes.
What if it eats all the lettuce before it dies?
Well, then
I guess I
went to a
won't
play
know.
about
you
that.
won't know until you observe, at which point you'll find out if you have a chicken Caesar salad or a chicken.
It's not even a joke. I went to a play where a guy just fed a tortoise lettuce.
That was the entire play?
It was called A Play About Nothing, and the title was extremely accurate.
I do remember that iCarly episode.
What was that iCarly
There was an
episode?
iCarly episode where there was a video of a turtle or tortoise eating lettuce.
I thought there was something with feet in that.
Maybe.
I
There was
mean,
a whole iCarly thing with food.
Are you not into feet?
I gotta say, that's not my instrument of choice, my man.
What about 200% bigger feet?
So this is the big butts episode, Gabe, and I'd appreciate it if you just focus
If
on
we kept it in the one place,
Could
I
we
think.
just keep it focused on the serious thing, please?
Big butts.
Big butts.
Very serious.
I like
Not
big
sexual.
butts, Gabe.
And I
I
cannot,
cannot lie.
Okay, so
I do believe it was George Washington who said that.
I've googled it. Play About
And
Nothing.
all of my friends can't deny
Is by-
that they too enjoy the big butts.
Trent, England. The genres are adaptation, comedy, dark comedy, parody, spoof. Satire subject keywords are dark comedy, hostages, Seinfeld, and sitcom.
Was this our... Bradley,
Wait, what part of it was a dark comedy?
I don't know. It's just
Wait,
Seinfeld.
Is that our... Brad, is that our iTunes description?
dark comedy? Seinfeld.
All
right, anyway.
Now,
that
what if-
funky remix of the Seinfeld
What
theme
if
song?
the chicken that Shiloh gets does nothing but play the bass line to Seinfeld?
Now, I do like the confidence. You've assumed Shiloh is getting a chicken. Bradley, that's a point in Gabe's corner. I think Shiloh might need a chicken. Really, for anyone listening, you probably need a chicken. As long as you take good care of animals, I think chicken has a lot of pros. You can have a chicken or a chicken Caesar salad at any time. At any time, you can just have a chicken if you have a chicken.
They're also
Exactly.
just stupid T-Rexes.
Listen,
They're very fun.
That's true. And that way you have it. If you have a chicken, that way you have it. You know?
Like, forever.
Like
To
forever.
play
Then you
devil's
until-
advocate, though,
Until.
my mother did ask if everybody in our household was okay with her having a chicken farm at one point, and I was the only person in my house to say no.
Because it's a bad idea there, actually. Is chicken farm bad?
We've done a bad idea now. Time to do another prompt. I wanna do one.
Is this how that works? As soon as it turns into a bad idea, we move on?
So,
Danielle
Danielle Buchan has sent us an email. If you want to send us an email, prompt, or just like question you want to ask us on email, we are goodideapodcast@gmail.com, and Danielle Buchan has emailed us the prompt, Unlucky Charms.
I feel like this could be used as some sort of weapon at this point.
Leprechaun. Eat the leprechaun.
Eat the rich.
Buchan?
Eat the rich.
Now, could you explain Eat the Rich to me?
Okay, so it's the idea of breaking down the upper class.
So is this
by
the Soylent
consuming
thing we
them.
were talking about earlier?
Yes. So we are actually going to kill everybody with above a certain income.
Eating them is actually a very, very eco-friendly way to
kill
dispose of a
them.
corpse.
And I mean, we could go full Native American and use every part of the corpse.
Mm-hmm. Drums. Swords. Sword fight.
Sword fight.
Corpses are made of drums and swords?
Bone piles.
Yes.
I
Bone
know that
piles?
one.
Because
Dude, bone
everybody
piles.
knows as you approach the final boss, you have to have that spooky element.
How
So
funny
we
would
kill
it be?
people to be able to turn them into our aesthetic for our final boss.
Guys, how funny would it be if there was all these years we've been told that Native Americans used every part of the animal, and one of the things they used all the parts of the animal for were bone piles?
We use every part of the animal. What's this part for? This is
This goes in the
the
bone
trash can. This is the thing where we fill out our trash can.
They could only dispose of the trash if they felt bad putting out trash bags on trash day if they weren't completely full, so they would fill up all of the trash bags with bones when they needed
We
to.
use all the ribs for the trash bag, as well as the pelt, the fur, and the meat. We keep the legs.
Just
They
the leg.
make good stools. Like stool legs.
Yeah, they ate them and then they pooped.
I don't like
It was
that.
good stools.
Mr. Warner once asked me about my stool that day on an outdoor ed trip, and I didn't understand what he meant. And I said, well, I was sitting on that log, and he's like, that, not what I was talking about. And I was like, oh no.
Mr. Warner wants to be able to track you in the woods.
Shit.
Exactly.
So Unlucky Charms. What are they and why do we need them? I think
Okay.
it's-
Mail them to Afghanistan.
What are they going to
Why?
eat them, or like
Is that how we win the war?
Yes.
the war in Afghanistan?
Is it
How do
just really shitty cereal? Or
Yes.
does
It just tastes like cardboard, and every time you go to...
So it's just Lucky Charms then?
Yeah. Except every time you fill up a bowl, you find out that you're out of milk.
What are all the charms?
Fuck, you're right.
Like it's like regular. It's like rainbows, like stars. The
So we
little
have
time
Storm
thing.
Cloud,
Lightning Bolt,
smashed iPhone screen,
bigger Storm Cloud,
bigger Storm Cloud.
like unwanted
Shattered
text.
Yeah, like
Shattered Glass. It's literal shattered glass. It's not a depiction.
Evil witch, but small.
a tiny evil witch.
That's actually the toy that comes in every box. Is
Here,
it?
it comes
that's
free
good.
with handmade shank.
Maybe it's like the
snack
dick in
that eats
the
you
dick
back.
in the popcorn trick, and except it's in the Unlucky Charms. Oh, Gabe, I gotta teach you this one.
dick in the popcorn
This gets
trick
them
is
every time.
Not good. Don't
It's
do this
very good.
one.
It gets them every
Aiden
time,
Kinsella is lying
No,
to you
it's
here,
so
Gabe.
good. It works so well. So
Okay,
you
what
cut
is
a
the
hole in
dick-
the bottom of your movie theater popcorn.
Okay.
Okay,
You
go
put
to a movie
someone
with a girl,
else's penis in it.
You put someone else's penis in the popcorn, and you hand the girl the popcorn. You put it up through the hole in the bottom, and then she finds out that there's a dick in there and just spooks her.
She's like, it's funny.
But she likes it.
Because, they
You
do.
know. You know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, like, unwanted approaches by men?
Yes.
Are we talking about
I am
penis?
familiar with the concept.
I'm just saying that, like, trying to charm a girl with your penis and popcorn would be an unlucky charm. Do you guys want to do a different one?
Yeah, let's do a different prompt. Let's see. Oh, this is an old one, but yes. This is actually applicable because of Gabe, who Gabe is and what he does. And this is, how do you perfect the designer look? How do you perfect the designer
Designer look.
Yes.
Now, are we talking designer clothes?
Or the look of the designer
Or
who
the
designs
look of the
clothes.
designer.
I think there's a lot of components to this. So Gabe,
There's a
why
lot of
does
room
this
to
apply?
play with this.
Why does this apply to you?
Well, I mean, as a resident clout beast, this is clearly right up my alley.
Yeah.
Could you explain clout for just the people at home who don't know?
Clout is social standing, and if you have more of it, you are better than everyone else.
It's a sim stat.
It's a sim stat. So you got like happiness, hunger, PP,
PP
level,
and clout.
and clout. Now, like,
Oh, and vampire.
and
Vampire.
and then vampiric knowledge,
There's vampire and vampire. No, they're separate
categories. And the funny thing is, if you're actually a vampire, you have extremely high vampire stat, but that does not mean you have any vampiric
course
knowledge.
not.
But
It's like when
clout is way up there, but your
your clout-
PP zone is
clout's
way
way
low.
low.
It's so bad.
Well, if you think about it, it's because you eat all that garlic, right? And that makes you not pee as much.
Hey, Aiden, let me let you know the big secret about vampires. They don't like that stuff. They don't like that shit. They're
Yeah.
not Italian.
Oh, fuck. Well, I did
They're
do that
they're
backwards. And
Romanian.
also, that joke didn't work on any levels.
It's because
not only did I
they
do it
drink
backwards,
blood. They drink
Garlic
blood, man.
and
They
pee
gotta
have very
pee all
little
the
to do
time.
with each other. I don't think they have anything to do with each other, actually. Although there might be some sort of medical history thing where you mix garlic in your... Never mind. Can I garlic pee?
Quick Google.
Garlic pee-pee.
Garlic
So there's
pee-pee?
also, I think, a stat on there, too, and it's not a bar like the rest of them are. It's just a yes or a no box, and it's like, can leave house. And it's usually no.
Most
of the time
mentally
it's
well
not.
enough to go outside.
It's wellness stat. Privilege.
I love the privilege stat. That's my favorite stat.
Make a privilege check.
4.
Oh, Bradley, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, you live in the projects now.
Okay.
I rolled a natural 20. Do I live in Lake Forest?
No, you actually live in Highwood.
Oh.
My
My address is...
Social
My
security
dad's
number?
friends bought your house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Bradley, little do they know, I've hidden a bomb within the 3rd floor. Can you guys bleep this out for me?
Yeah, sure. Feel free.
No, it's actually, this will hold up in court.
Oh, okay. So this is evidence that
Yes.
once they find the imaginary
Once the
3rd
Bjorks
floor...
There they go.
Find the bomb.
Wait, is that their... I thought
Yeah.
you were just making a
Nope.
joke on bureaucrats.
No, their name is Bjork.
Sounds like sort of like a high-level orc in the orcish army.
That's fair.
Yeah, dude.
So like the Bjorks, they have the blue armor and the bigger swords.
I can definitely see that.
Mm-hmm.
So
were we
fashion.
talking about?
It was
Okay,
fashion.
oh yeah, we were talking about how to perfect the designer look.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first thing you gotta know...
Increase your clout by T-posing.
Okay, so first thing... So for the rest of this, we're gonna T-pose.
We're going to T-pose for the rest of the episode. Get really into beaming it up. That's when you just rub your arms on other people's
in a
arms.
diagonal...
In a
in
diagonal
an up and down fashion.
Exit up.
Exit up, that's when you stand and then lean forward while the other person leans in the opposite direction to form a human X.
These are all the coolest handshakes that all the cool designers are doing.
Okay, cool. That's fair. So is this like Alexander McQueen up here, sort of like leaning across to his friends?
Yes.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
so.
So this is how designers greet each other, is with either the exit up, the beam it up, the square it up, the ever classic punch it in.
Punch it in. Nice. That is a nice sound.
That was a nice, satisfying ASMR punch it in.
And then, of course, the dick suck.
It's pretty rudimentary, honestly. We don't even need to go into that one.
That's pretty intro level.
It's in the name, guys.
It's actually just a hearty handshake.
It really is. That's the weird thing. It's the most professional one.
So now, the next thing you gotta do, you gotta turn stupid things into really expensive pieces of clothing. For example, we have, I can't remember what designer brand it is, but they redid Crocs and made them heels. And I believe they're selling for around $1.50 now.
So here's the secret. Anything...
Balenciaga. Yes, it was
how-
Balenciaga.
This is how modern art works. Anything completely inane, if you just sell it for a shit ton of money, everyone's going to think it's worth something and then buy it.
Just pull up an image which is Crocs with high heels, but the heel has another tinier Croc in it. Which is the most fantastic thing I've seen all day, and then it's captioned me IRL.
I
Very
am
relatable.
a multi-leveled Croc.
All right. Anyway, So that's a fun place to
Coffee.
start.
That's
Is
good.
Just make
So-
a shitty thing expensive.
Make a
Yes.
shitty thing expensive. That's
There
huge.
was also Ventmall. They did a collaboration with the shipping brand DHL.
Did you say Venmo?
Yes, it's Venmo. That's
It
how
is
it's
Venmo.
actually
Can you give me
properly
$3
pronounced.
Actually, while we're talking about money, I just would like some.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I would just like to have some.
And what they did is they made a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shirt, but there's a shirt on the back of it.
Now, is this a print of a shirt, or
I've
is it another
seen
shirt?
this thing.
No,
I've
it's a
seen this
physical
thing.
shirt.
So could you and I wear this at the same time?
I don't actually know if the other shirt has a hole to slip in, but I feel like if we could put two bodies in one shirt,
That would be extremely
would
fashionable.
quadruple
it would
our
double
clout.
the person's quadruple. Is it like that? Is that how that works?
It's an exponential increase
Okay.
in cloud.
So cloud. Excuse me. So cloud is an exponential concept. Okay, Gabe, what's the last thing we can do to really like design it up? Good greetings. Expensive ass clothes. Multiple people inside the same outfit. Consider just one of those two-person horse costumes.
But it has to be wearing the shirt.
It does. And also, consider horses have large penises that exudes big dick energy.
I mean, big dick
I
energy
think
is essential to having clout.
It is essential to having clout.
So hear me out, though.
Okay.
I've actually read a discussion this online. It's generally agreed big dick energy
Has
does
nothing to
not,
do
it
with
has
the actual
nothing to do
penis.
with the size of your penis.
No, but if you're in there showing how
It's
comfortable
how
you are
you
being
use
in
it.
that costume with that other person, it is how you use it. But if you're showing, like, hey, this is me, this is my fashion, we are of an exponential
This is my
amount of
big
clout.
dick energy.
Is
This
big
is
dick
my
energy
big dick
just
energy.
confidence?
Yeah.
It is. It's
Okay.
literally just confidence. So I think when you're in this situation, what you got to
Refine this
do,
to an art.
big dick.
It's
dick
a
energy-
science.
So clout is
Big
really
dick
about.
science.
It's really about big dick energy. Is
Yes.
what clout is about.
In
So
the end.
I'm picturing a bunch of like us in lab outfits, sort of like over this sort of glass swirling tube, test tube beaker, eye drop thing, and we're just
Sort of
all
like
sort
stock
of like
photo type
Yeah,
image.
we're like draining the essence of clout down, and we've refined it into big dick energy, which then moves along the swirly tube and just
cool.
comes out as a drop of confidence.
And then as soon as that confidence hits the table, it turns into a high-heeled croc.
if you wear that, you do have big dick energy.
You gotta. If you can't own it,
If you
it's
can't-
not even worth wearing it.
If you can't wear bright pink, $850 high-heeled Crocs,
You gotta get that croc flare on it too.
yeah, with the little, what are the things called?
I
that you
don't
put
know.
on the croc holes.
Daniel, you get to wear one piece of flair when you work here, and you've chosen to replace one of your shoes, not both, because you only get one of your shoes with a high-heeled, hot pink Croc. Get the fuck out of Fridays. You don't work here anymore.
37 pieces of flare is the minimum amount of flare.
Well, see, I think they're called fidgets or something, or
flair.
gidgets.
It's flair. No, you're thinking about jibs.
Gibbets?
Gibbets. Thank you. What is the
Things. What are
Hang
the
on,
croc
Google.
things?
gibbets? They're gibbets.
Gibbets. Jibbitz.
Does each one of those count as another piece of flair?
I don't.
I think yeah.
I think, yes.
And it's just Gucci across both fucking toes.
All of the gibbets say Gucci.
Oh, that's true. Another brand made Crocs that were just gray, said their brand name on them, and had gibbets that just were buildings from New York City, and some of them would connect across the Crocs so you couldn't wear them anymore.
That is my favorite piece of fashion ever. Humanity is doomed. I love it.
So we figured it out. You use clout to create big dick energy, and you use big dick energy to create clout, and that's how you become the true ultimate designer.
The true ultimate designer is just confidence.
It's just confidence. Hey, you've been the true ultimate designer all along.
It was the friends we met along the way.
It was
In
the
the
gibbets we
words-
bought and put in our Crocs the whole way here.
It's the
And-
big dick energy we found.
It was the big
When you
dick energy the
when
whole
you
time.
assemble the 5 infinity stones in
Well,
your
that's
Croc.
what's wrong with the cowardly lion is he doesn't have any big dick energy. And
That's
it's like,
true.
dude.
That's why he is the least compelling, interesting character, everyone's least favorite character in that movie. The 5 Infinity Stones really are just gibbets, huh?
Did you open
Yeah.
band?
What?
Did y'all get banned?
I didn't join.
You didn't join? Did you get banned?
I didn't join.
Oh, I got banned.
You got
r/Thanos did nothing wrong. Okay, so I know you probably know what this is if you're listening. I'm going to explain this, then we're going to close
In
out
like
the episode.
30 years, it's gonna be like someone's like, "What the fuck is r/Thanos did nothing wrong?"
We try to mark big historical moments on our show, and I think something that was very interesting and
like
cool.
we did something for the criminalization of gay marriage, the moon landing.
Well, that was faked.
The film?
No, the moon landing.
Oh, I was talking about the film Moon,
Oh.
like landing in in theaters.
Oh.
Anyway,
okay.
continue. Whatever.
That was fake too.
That was also fake.
Stanley Kubrick made Moon, the movie.
We have recently, as a society, who just watched the movie Avengers: Infinity War. I still haven't seen it, but whatever. Thanos' whole thing is like, let's kill half the population to make the world better. It's some Malthus shit.
Instead of making it just bigger, and
Or
so
more
every
Which he could do. I read that article too, Gabe.
It's so fucking stupid.
So a Thanos apologist group r/Thanos did nothing wrong on subreddit on a subreddit that is a subreddit on Reddit got permission from the Reddit moderators or admins, sorry, to ban half of their server to see what it would really be like if half of a community got randomly murdered.
And people loved it.
People loved it. It was just kind of cool because it just became a fun thing. Like, no one's feelings were hurt, I don't think. It was just like, here's this cool experiment.
I'm mad.
And now we have oh, Bradley's mad. That's fair. Okay, well.
Did you
Did
on
you
the
join
other
r/in the
subreddit?
Soulstone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have now, can we have a war between the two? r/Thanos did nothing wrong would win.
Yeah,
Maybe. I don't know.
because they have all of the Infinity Stones.
All right, but
they have all
that
the
was
gibbets.
the biggest
They have all the gibbets.
historic
and
moment
Thanos'
we've had.
very large croc.
Yeah, nothing else
Infinity
relevant.
Croc. I just connected all the fucking dots.
All the fucking gibbets.
Yeah.
All the
yeah,
bright shiny
yeah.
So yeah,
gibbets.
that was the only newsworthy thing that happened recently. So
Yeah.
Wasn't the 4th of July.
we did that one already, Gabe.
Oh.
I'm talking about the new justice.
What's New Justice?
Oh, we just got a new Supreme Court nominee, and it's
Anthony Scalia 2. He's back in action, folks. Says he's pro-life.
dies anyway. Says he's pro-life, comes back. Oh my god!
I'm here to seal the deal, folks.
We need to end the episode.
We do need to end the episode. So I'm gonna let's start with everyone's favorite idea.
Okay, so I think the best idea of the episode was most certainly the environmentally friendly ways to dispose of bodies.
Those were very good.
This was a solid ep.
Yeah, wasn't it?
This was
good.
a really good episode.
Yeah.
Really into the Infinity Croc.
I think the gibbets will sell out
Yeah.
so fast. You give the world the power.
There's only 5.
4chan gets their hands on all 5.
Oh no!
One of them, he's like this daring heist from Kanye West who buys like 3 of the 4, 3 of the 5. How many Infinity Stones are there?
5?
I don't remember.
Right?
There's 5.
Right,
There's
there's
5
5.
Infinity Stones. Or are there 6?
I literally don't know.
Doesn't matter.
They're gibbets now.
They're gibbets now.
It's just gibbets now. Oops, all gibbets. Bradley, go ahead.
I liked Unlucky Charms. I thought that was kind of fun.
It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
Just glass.
It's just glass.
Pick of the week. Let's do Aiden first.
Just
My pick of the week is honestly just like yo mama jokes. We really don't do enough of those anymore.
I think my pick of the week is gibbets. I saw some
Gabe,
quality.
what's tomorrow for you?
Oh. I didn't realize they had to be serious.
No,
Well,
they don't have to be serious.
In all seriousness, then I would say my pick of the week is loving and committed relationships. I hit my 1 month.
Hey, have you tried 1 month? It's a new coding. It's a coding subscription service.
I hit my 1 month anniversary, and I gotta say, I'm just blessed.
For 30 minutes a day, you get to be someone's boyfriend, and at the end of that, you can put on your resume that you do know how to be that person's boyfriend. It's really good,
Really
solid.
good.
You can choose from 6 different girls.
I meant my 1 year anniversary with my girlfriend.
He forgot.
I slipped.
I did not mean to set you up and like be like, Gabe, you have to do this. I did not mean for that to happen.
Oh, I didn't feel.
I did.
All right, well, that's great. My pick of the week is something I've been hinting at actually all day. I didn't really hint at it. I just said I was going to say it on the episode, and I didn't, and then it's just too late. My pick of the week is personal sacrifice, because earlier this morning, I learned I had a dentist appointment, which I then learned was something for a filling, and which I then learned I was going to be put under general anesthesia and then Novocaine, which I did not want to do, because then it would make my mouth go entirely numb, and I would be unable to talk for the rest of the day. So today, I had a filling done with no pain medication.
Wow. Okay, Bradley wins Podcaster of the Year.
Which wasn't pleasant, but it was brief. So that...
Wow. Damn,
so that...
son.
And that what that really is just showing I can't time for shit.
Gabe, we didn't even get to do a bit about subscription services.
Well, go ahead and head over to MeUndies.com. They are actually 45% softer than cotton.
They're actually 45% worse than regular underwear. And that's
they
not
cost
true.
45%.
I do love MeUndies.
Do you wear MeUndies?
I do wear MeUndies.
Those are mine. Aiden.
Fuck.
Wait, Aiden, are you also wearing MeUndies?
I am wearing your undies, Gabe.
All right. Well, my guys, I think this has been a very good episode, and I'm going to finish it. I'm going to finish it up with some housekeeping. So if you want to contact us, send us prompts, order advertisements, do whatever you want, just chill. We have several locations for that. Our Facebook is Good Idea Podcast. The group is just Good Idea Podcast. Our Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram are all at Good Idea Cast. And our Gmail is goodideapodcast@gmail.com. If you like the show, please share it. We don't have an advertising budget. We have no way of contacting it other than getting in the local newspaper, which we did, but then people listened. That was good. But anyway.
It was good, and then we lost all those listeners.
It was good, and then they discovered that the episodes are actually like this, because the people who subscribe to the local paper are, in fact, 75-year-old women. But, aside from that, everything's going great. So if you like it, share it, support it like it is your child. It's certainly ours. We love it. Thank you so much for supporting us. And
Yeah.
Did you plug the Patreon?
Oh,
Patreon.
Fuck, Patreon.
We also have
Patreon,
down with the
where we release 2 other additional podcasts. Aiden likes to call them video podcasts. They're really just videos.
They're just really videos.
One of them is us doing graphic design. We finished up an episode today. The design is fucking amazing.
It looks like it would go on a Supreme shirt.
We're very pleased.
We're
very pleased with it. We may be releasing some sort of merch if we can work around the fact that we actually did just steal images from other people and put them in our poster.
You could call it parody.
It is. It's parody. We're making fun of Ant-Man. That's just a little hint. You'll see the rest later. But it's very good. The other one is Aiden and Brad Play Video Games. It's in the title. None of us weren't bad.
And how much do they have to pay per month to access the intelligent design, the graphic design one?
That'd be a really great question. Is it
$1?
Is it okay? I was like,
it's
not $5.
$1 a month. We can give you access to the graphic design show.
It's really funny.
It's very funny.
Even if literally one of the a couple months in the future, pay $1 and watch all of them in an evening.
Yeah, you can just go back.
Even if you do that, they're all really good.
They honestly super worth watching. I put a lot of hours into them. And Brad puts an hour into them.
Aiden does most of the heavy lifting.
He would
with
do it
this
if
stuff.
I asked him to. I'm just a control freak. And then if we go into the other one, $5 a month gets you Aiden and Brad Play Video Game, which is a fun show where you get to watch us not know how to play video games very well.
That's good.
So
go to patreon.com/goodideacast.
Yeah.
Brad, you want to take us out?
That was a good idea. You ever trying to yeet, then you finally yote?
And then your mom catches you?
And she walks inside?
Outside?
Outside?
Like in Fortnite, where she puts the roof up above?
Exactly like Fortnite.
Fuck.
We're done here.
If you think about it, really, pads and tampons are just so girls can pee without having to go to the bathroom.
Of course, they're like diapers.
They're really just smaller diapers.
If you got like a really absorbent
you could
tampon,
you could.
no, but you'd absorb the girl.
You're right. You're right.
It wouldn't work. You just find her and she'd just be
Strong
like,
enough.
help me.
Humans are 70% water. If you put a super absorbent tampon
You'd
up
only
in
have
there,
30% of girl.
You'd only have 30% girl left.
And who wants 30% girl when they have 200% more ass?
That's a good point.